Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh, y'all, look at this. Look at how adorable this is.
I wasn't sure how this experiment would go. I'm using a deep pour mold for the first time and also a deep pour resin for the first time. It's a Let's Resin mold and then the Bond Crafter deep pour resin to make this layered snowflake pour. I am absolutely thrilled. The mold was super easy to work with. It demolded easily, and this resin is absolutely crystal clear. No bubbles whatsoever. Come along and see how I did it.
So Let's Resin sent me their mini auto epoxy mixers. I've been having trouble mixing the cups of resin with my hand because of my arthritis. So they sent me this mixer to try out, and I am going to do that today. It is in milliliters and then also in ounces and cups, which is great depending on how you choose to mix your resin and in what ratio you mix it. They also sent me their resin molds to try out. This is a square, and the kit comes with a square, a circle, and a hexagon. But I'm going to use a square today. I think I'm going to have to do this in layers. So I'm going to be using a deep pour resin. It's a 2-to-1 by Bond Crafter. 1 part of B and 2 parts of A. So I'm going to mix my B first, and I'm going to have to do it in layers because of kind of the look that I am going for. So I'm going to mix my B first, and I'm going to do 5 ounces of B and then 10 ounces of A. Perfect. And so I'm just going to, oh my God. Look what I did. Do you see what I did? I'm so used to stirring that I got my stick out. So, got it in my cup. I'm going to put my mixer in here. And then the kit, the mixer also comes with this silicone mat. So I'm going to lay my paddle on the mat and just let it drip. And then I'm going to use my stick just to give it one more stir and scrape the edges and make sure the bottom is nice and stirred and mix it up that way. I think I want this snowflake first, sort of on the side. I don't know if it's going to float or not. But this is why I want to do it in layers, because I want the snowflakes to be at different layers of this mold. And I'm going to pour slowly. Okay. I'm going to set this aside now. I'm going to cover it because this is going to take a long time to cure. I mean, it can take up to, depending on the size and how deep it is, it can take, up to a couple of days to cure. But I'm going to do this in layers because I'm going to have my snowflakes in different layers. So after about, honestly, after 24 hours, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put another layer. And then after 24 hours, I'm going to put another layer. So this is not a once and done project. And I can see the bubbles coming to the top. I'm not going to torch it. You can spray with the alcohol, I guess, but I'm not going to do that. This is 24 hours later, and it's still very soft, but I'm trying not to move the mold. It's still very soft. I did sprinkle some glitter in there. Some of it sank to the bottom and some of it stayed on the top, but it is super clear. I did cover it with a box so that I wouldn't have any little stray bits, but I think I found one right there. But it's looking good so far. Looking good. So now I'm gonna go ahead and mix up another layer to pour, and I'm gonna try to pour to the top. I didn't want to do, I didn't want to do too many layers, but you also don't want to wait too long between layers because you want them to kind of meld together. And I'm just going to use my same mixer. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to mix up 9 ounces total. So 3 ounces of B, and then 6 ounces of A to bring us up to 9. How awesome is that? And so all I'm going to do is just clean the paddles like that with my finger. Just like that. Unplug it, put it on. And then I am going to take my stick though and just give it a good stir. Scrape the sides. Okay. And I'm gonna give it a few minutes and let the bubbles come up. So it does say to do that. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give the bubbles about 5 minutes to come up to the top. And then we'll pour our next layer. All right, so my next layer, I'm gonna add in, I made this star out of some leftover resin a while back. So I am gonna put it this corner. And hopefully it won't sink too much. I feel like adding this one there, but I think I'm gonna use this one on the top. And then I made this one out of some leftover resin, but I think I might put that one on the next layer. Maybe hopefully that'll just float there. Okay. So this is our next little layer. Actually, I think it was less, this has been less than 24 hours between the two pours. So there we go. If you do move it, just make sure that you move it gently or have it on a piece of wood so that you can, move it around without damaging the mold. But I think it's okay. I am going to go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of glitter. And I just use this Dollar Tree glitter. So pretty. So I think it really gives it a nice little winter shimmer. So that's all. And then I'm going to move it over. I'm going to move it aside, and then I am going to cover it with a box so that I don't get any little surprises. I am very pleased with how this is turning out. It's just a little sticky, and I can go ahead and add in my snowflakes. I need to clean this one up though. Alright, I think I'm going to put this one right there.
So I did mix up 9 ounces again, 3 ounces of part B, and then 6 ounces of part A. I did not realize, and I would have realized it if I had read the directions, but the USB cord actually charges the mixer. I did not realize it. I thought it had to be plugged in. So this is my lesson to you in this video. Always read the directions, okay? And I do like to stir the sides with my stick, just scraping the sides to make sure that I have all the resin mixed in. And then I just want to gently scrape the bottom also to make sure everything is nice and mixed up. And then I do let the cup sit for about 5 minutes just to let the bubbles release a little bit, and then I can pour it into the mold.
And you saw me do that. And so again, I'm just going to pour slowly. Because I want to make sure that all the spots are filled up on this snowflake. Because there are, empty areas. Oh God, that's so pretty. A lot of it's going to disappear because it's clear, but I did add glitter to that one, so maybe it'll show up. Hopefully it will. All right, my next layer, I'm going to put this star or snowflake right there. And then the other two or the other four, I've got four of these left. I can put those around the corner. I think that'll be fine. Mixed up a little bit too much resin. I mixed up 9 ounces again. First layer was a little bit thick, but then the next two layers were 9 ounces. So I think that's a little bit thick. So I've got a little bit extra. What should I make? All right, this is going to be the last layer. And I'm going to use
And I
the last
still
four of
had a
my
little
little
bit of leftovers, so
snowflakes
I'm
and then my
using
big
this pretty
snowflake.
snowflake mold and
I need
cannot wait for you to see
trim
the end
off a
result
little
on
bit.
this one.
Just need to trim it. I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife. Just get the little burrs. Not really interested in making it super smooth because you're not going to see it. But I also don't want, pieces to look ugly. Just cleaning it a little bit. So like the little flakes that have been sticking out that you can see. Okay, that is all I'm going to do to that. I am going to put this one in this corner. Kind of push it down a little bit. I'm not pushing it a lot. And then my little ones. Just where I think I might have a little bit of a gap. Just pushing it down a little bit. This is still very soft. And then mix up, I think 9 ounces was a little bit too much. Although this snowflake is a little bit big, so I may want to mix up 9 ounces. So three, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. And then leave this. All right, I'm going to let this sit for about 5 minutes because it's going to allow the bubbles to just come up to the surface, and that'll help with the bubbles in the finished product. Okay. Pour really slow. This is the final layer. Yeah, I'm glad I mixed up 9 ounces because this snowflake is a little bit tall. So definitely want to make sure it's covered. See, it's still exposed. So this is 4 pours, four layers, which is perfect. Looks like. That is barely covered, but I think it'll be fine. All right, I'm gonna go pop it under my box and let these bubbles pop. It's probably gonna take a full 2 days on this one. So we'll be good. All right, this is been sitting for several days now since the last pour. And I'm so nervous. But at first look, all right, I did have one little snowflake that floated and it's cattywampus, but that's okay. That is okay. No bubbles that I can see. And nervous, 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 nervous. Wow, this thing is easy to demold. Holy cow. It is very loose. Look at that, it just pops right out. Take care of your molds and they will take care of you. Oh man, here we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, now I'm not real happy with the glitter. The glitter just kind of sucked into the middle, but I know why. I know why. So it's because as the resin cures, it wants to pull into the middle because the heat kind of goes to the middle. So I'll know that next time to wait until it's like semi-cured and then I can sprinkle it. But oh my gosh, y'all, look at this. Look at how adorable this is. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm keeping it. Like I've put way too much work in this to sell it. And I've used so much resin, but I love it. And I got a little tip was wanting to kind of poke out a little bit, but I am in love with this. Look how clear it is. So remember, I did not use my heat gun or a torch or anything, and I do not see any bubbles. And I just thought about something. I've got snowflake glitter somewhere that would have been cute in here if I make another one. So a couple of these are sticking out on this snowflake, and this snowflake is sticking out, but I don't care. I'm keeping it. And now you can kind of see the layers, the different pour layers, and it's really only because I added the glitter and you can kind of see it. But other than that, it is crystal clear. I am not seeing bubbles. I am not seeing bubbles at all in this. Now, if you see them, point them out to me, but there might be a little flaw right there. This is super crystal clear. My table may be a little bit unlevel, so I might need to check into that. But I am really happy. That is going to be cute. All right. And then my leftover resin I put into the snowflake mold with alcohol ink. And let's see what it turned out, because I'm gonna have to put this on top of a special tree, I think. Yeah, look at that. I love this mold. This is really cute. I love how the details in it. That is really, really cute. Yeah, I'm liking that. I love this one. I don't know what it's gonna look like. This is wicked. I'm excited about it though. It's definitely fully cured. I mean, I was thinking about putting a backing on it, but I don't think I am. I really just wanted to see. Yeah, it's still a little bit soft. Super easy to demold. But I don't want to bend it, so I think I just need to pull it out just like that. Are we ready to see the other side? So this is the front. Oh, look at that. That's wicked. That's really pretty. That's really, really pretty. A little scratched. I really don't know how that happened. Maybe the mold is scratched. You know what? I bet I did that just now. So I've just got to be careful because this is not fully cured yet. That's so pretty. I don't know. I guess this'll just be a trivet, maybe. So, so pretty. Wow. That was fun with the inks. Like, I need to try that again for sure. Add a little bit more ink, but maybe make a geode, like a great big geode trivet. Both sides are pretty. That was fun. So even though I used this mold to pour my leftover resin in from my other project, I'm really happy with this mold. It's a deep pour, so it's a 2-inch mold, so it would be great for flower preservation or, preserving other things, but also to make a trivet or maybe a flower bloom of some kind. This is a good size mold. I really like that. And I don't want to put anything, I don't want to put a backing on it of I don't want to pour another layer of white or black on it because I like both sides. So I'm going to leave it in the mold now to cure, like, because it's not fully cured. I don't think I can get it back in, honestly. So I'm just going to find a nice flat spot for it to cure. See how it's still kind of bendy? So it just needs to cure some more. So I'll let you look in just a little bit.